Welcome back. Now, the Gauteng Health Department is holding a healing service for the 12 healthcare workers who died during the Boksburg tanker explosion. The tragic incident, in which 38 people died, took place on Christmas Eve last year. Heidi Giokos is at the Boksburg Civic Centre with more on this particular story. Good morning, Heidi. I must say, we saw the memorial service of all the victims, and now the hospital, or at least the department, saw it fitting that beyond this, they must have a healing service for those 12 that lost their life, being healthcare workers. How have they been doing as a department?
Yes, I think it's been a really difficult time, Mfundo, given the fact that the death toll recently increased to 37, and out of those 37, 12 were healthcare workers on site at the Tambo Memorial Hospital, or just about to start a new shift, as this happened just after 6 o'clock on Christmas Eve. So it's a very difficult time for the health departments in the province, but also the families that tragically lost their loved ones in all of this. It seems as though the healthcare workers were mostly affected by this tragic tanker explosion that happened on Christmas Eve. So the Gauteng Health Department has decided to host and hold a healing service for family and colleagues that have been really impacted by all of this. We've previously been told by the department, but also by family and as well as Health Union Nahau, that healthcare workers are really not coping with the trauma of this gas tanker explosion that happened on Christmas Eve. There were even calls for healthcare workers to be excused from work until they are able to deal with all of this. We had posed that question to the Premier of the province, Panyaza Lesufi, about a week or so ago, about what he's going to do to try and assist the healthcare workers that are really grappling to come to terms with what has happened. And he says that is going to be rather difficult to shut down the hospital, also because of infrastructure issues. But he says that they are trying to deal with this. The MEC of Gauteng Health will also be here today, so we can try and get a sense of the infrastructure repairs that need to happen at the hospital. The good news is that parts of the hospital that were shut down because of that explosion and because of the impact on the hospital have been reopened. So services are back to normal at the hospital, and those that were affected and needed services were, of course, diverted to other nearby hospitals. But it's going to definitely be an emotional day with family and friends and colleagues coming through to possibly pay their respects and just get any kind of closure because of what happened, and also because we do know that the driver has, of course, been released, and he was arrested, but he was released shortly after due to a lack of evidence and ongoing investigations.
And then among the keynote speakers, who exactly are we expecting on the program for today?
Yes, so we do know that the MEC will be here. Let me just move out of shot and ask my colleague Mohammed to just show you that there are nurses that are here. So colleagues, the MEC will be here, family will be speaking as well. Government officials in the province will also be here. So it's going to be quite a jam-packed day. The program is set to continue until about 2 o'clock this afternoon. But mostly friends, families, and of course the MEC having a few words for those that lost their loved ones.